right, ladies, our next brush that I'm going to be featuring in our brush series is our 3D brush. This one used to be called our 30-second hack brush. It was actually my very first brush that I got when I was first introduced to these products. So I am kind of partial to this one because it was my very first brush to use when I started, and it's just a really great brush. It's going to give us a good medium coverage, and it will do your entire face. So it will work to cover your entire face. So that's so great too, right? The point of these are to show you that, of course, you can continue to add to your brush collection, but to do our full face and our highlighting and contouring, and even our lip and cheek, you can do that with just one single brush, at least with like our foundation brushes. Of course, our detail brushes aren't going to be able to really do our full face, but they're also a great one to have in your collection as well. So I'm already running my mouth a lot, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I am going to be using Indigo today for my contour. The only thing I have on my face currently is mascara, and of course I did my brows with Indigo as well in our brow wax. So that's all I have on my face so far. And then of course our stay setting spray, because I always prime my face with our stay setting spray. So I'm just going to dip right into our contour with our pointier end. Our pointier end is still soft, but the bristles are really dense together. And I feel like the more dense the bristles, the better the cover, or the more detailed coverage you're gonna get. These ones move a little bit more freely, where these ones, again, it's still soft, but they're more densely packed in, so it's gonna give you a better line. So I'm just gonna dip into my Indigo, make my line right here under my cheekbone. Okay. Again, no right or wrong way to do it. If you want to use this end to do your contour, by all means. The sky's the limit. You do whatever you're most comfortable with, whatever makes you feel beautiful. That is, I mean, you really can't mess up this makeup. So we're just going to line up under our cheekbones. And we're going to line our jaw. Okay, and of course, kids are home on Christmas break, so I'm not going to promise or guarantee that it won't get noisy in here or we won't have interruptions, but I did my best to prep them. All right, so we're just going to do our rainbow over our forehead, still with our contour. All right, just kind of blend it out. And then I'm gonna add a little bit, just so y'all can see it a little bit more, of that contour. It doesn't have to be dark. I just like for you guys to see really clearly what I'm doing. And I'll do nose contour, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my highlights next. So I'm gonna go to this fluffier end and dip it into my highlight. And I'm going to go in between my contours everywhere a man's beard would be, right? Those of you that have watched videos prior to this one will know what I mean by that. So just kind of work it everywhere man's beard would be, on my chin, above my lip. Just staying in between. So these contours, when we start with our contour, that just kind of gives us a framework to work with. And it just shows us basically an outline of where we can go and where we should go and apply it on our face, okay? So a lot of times when I'm applying makeup with most of my brushes, I will stipple like this. But with our 3D brush, I do tend to like to swipe this. I feel like it gives a little bit more coverage. Again, just a personal preference. There's no right or wrong way. There's no, it's just whatever you're more comfortable with, whatever makes you feel best, okay, right? So we're just gonna kind of get over here on the sides. And then I'm just gonna kind of bring it up onto my forehead. And blend it all in a minute, I promise. And then I'm gonna take the same end. I know it looks larger and fluffy, and I'm gonna dip it in my brightener highlight. And we're gonna go in our pie piece right under our eyes, right? I just feel like this side of the brush is a little softer than the densely packed end. So I just feel like it's a little bit smoother going under our eyes versus using the pointy side. Again, no right or wrong way, whatever you prefer. You can't mess it up. Then we're just going to go over our eyes with that brightener as well. Just kind of brighten our eyes up, give it some color. All right. Same thing with our other eye. Again, you guys make sure you get in the side of your nose. That's part of your face too. So we're just going to kind of make our pie piece under our eye. Gives us that like perfect triangle right here, right? Perfect brightness to it. Top of our eye. Okay, then we're just gonna kind of go right down the middle of our face with this brightener. We'll blend it out, I promise. Baby steps, right? And then we're going to go back to our pointy end, and we're going to dip it in our indigo again, and we're just going to contour our nose, okay? And it just kind of gives a good little line down our nose. And then same thing on this side, just kind of blend it out. Okay, you can kind of pull it down some. Kind of go back in between with that. All right, so now our highlight and contouring is complete. We're gonna go back to our fluffy end. We're just gonna kind of blend it out, right? Blend in these shades so that they're all nice, no stark lines. Blend down that contour, but you guys, if you know me, I like a little contour left. I feel like it really lifts my cheekbones. So I like a good lift. And then we're just going to, yeah, I hear someone knocking on my door. Just kind of blend it out, right? And then that is that's how easy it is for that, right? Great, easy steps. We're going to, I'm going to get a little bit more of my main highlight, just kind of right down the center of my nose, because it's showing a little bit of redness to it, but I'm just going to try, conceal that a little bit. All right, so now that we have it all blended out, I'm going to go in with my fluffy end still into our Comin bronzer. Sometimes I use Comin, sometimes I use Bella bronzer. It depends on my mood, but I like to use bronzer because I have lost so much of my summer tan, and I continue to go down in highlight shades. I'm like, golly, I need to do something, get out in the sun more. I don't know, but then again, it's been raining so much lately. All right, so perfect, right? Then next, I'm going to do our lip and cheek color. Today, I'm going to be using Hollywood. I love love, love this shade. It's really difficult to see in the camera, but it's a beautiful peachy pink color with some like gold flecks in it. So that gold flecks is what's hard to see in the camera, but it's gorgeous. And Hollywood has always been one of my faves. So we're gonna go in with our fluffy end. We're just gonna pick up some of our lip and cheek color, and we're just gonna add it to the apples of our cheeks, right? Above that contour, right? And it's so pretty, so forgiving. And all of our shades are highly pigmented, but I feel like this Hollywood one is, like some of them you have to be really careful with the amount you use, but I feel like this one we can, you know, do a little bit more with, and apply a little bit more on there. So look, and that is such a pretty cheek color. And then I'm gonna go back with the pointy end again, back into our indigo, and I'm just going to contour my lips. I can't really do this and talk, so I can, but then you see which is fine. I just wipe it off. And if you go a little outside your lip, that is okay. It just actually gives them a little more volume to them. So line our lips with it so it gives a little bit more of a fuller look. I just always love to contour, line my lips, whatever you want to call it. It's fine. The same thing. I'm just going to go in with my finger and add that Hollywood. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of our lip conditioner. Sorry, I bumped the phone. And go over the top of it with it, just for a little more shine, because our Hollywood is more of a satin, which is just a nice way to say matte, matte shade. So that is our look. That completes our 3D foundation look, all with using our 3D brush. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time.